Yes, I can hear you just fine. Yes, hello everybody. Welcome to OCC Scrims. We are in the Deadlock Gang division, having a match coming up with Earth, Wind, and Farah EWP versus Game of Throws. Uh, I casted that match last stage, and these teams played pretty strong against each other. I remember Game of Throws playing very aggressively. Sway was on the Reinhardt tanking. Looks like he's going to be DPSing for us today. So that's going to be a little bit of a change up. So we'll see how that affects them. But you got your mic back, Cyber? I can hear you just fine. Yeah, so OCC is a great friendly community where if you want to come join us, you can get yourself onto a team in the right division for you, get competitive games, you get fun games, you make some friends to queue up with. We're at OCC Scrims on twitch.tv is where you can find us, and our Discord is our Overwatch Cavalry Club Scrims if you want to come hang out with us. Alrighty, yeah, I'll hit up these starting lineups for us. For Earth, Wind, and Farah, we have Overkill and Helix Snake on the DPS. Helix Snake is a monster on that Genji. Last time I casted him, he wasn't even meta yet, and he was taking over, so I'm really excited to see what he's going to do. We have DJD Stacks and Ocean on the tank line with Trafficoon and Lynx Disease following him up on support. That's EWP. For Game of Throws, we have Zella and Sway on the DPS. Sway moving over from the tank to the DPS slot, so that'd be interesting to watch. Sinks and Crazy Lady on the tank line, on the front line, and then Darius Fulton and YZ Did Nothing is on the support line there for Game of Throws. Sounds like we're still having some technical difficulties, Cyber, with that mic. I've always been able to hear you through my headset, but already. Yeah, absolutely. I talked through both of them. Yeah, absolutely. I believe I'm only seeing 3 familiar faces on Game of Thrones and 2 or 3 familiar faces on Earth, Wind, and Fire. So this is kind of a coin toss from what I know about these two teams right now. No, we are not running on Rollock as of right now. Oh no, sorry, Rollock we are, but not hero bands. Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah, of course. Yeah, sorry guys. Cyber's mic is not being picked up right now, so I'll be taking over for us. But as Cyber was saying, Zell and Sway, both the dynamic duo on Game of Thrones, they're old veterans of OCC. We've seen them around a lot, and we know that they can play a lot of different heroes, as I said earlier. So that communication between the two DPS might be what it takes to get us going here. Or get the Game of Thrones going on the attack. So we're gonna be going in soon. I'm showing Busan as our first map. I'm gonna double check with production here, make sure we are going to the correct map, and we'll get going here soon. Busan is correct. Okay. Well, we need Jack to start the game, and we'll get going here in just a second. Okay, yeah, we're working on Cybercat's mic, but I'll be doing the play-by-play and the color commentary for us tonight. So this will be my first time doing. Man, well, we are now entering the game chat. I am not quite sure what you're seeing. I'm hearing from production we might be having something a little off on the stream, but hopefully you guys are seeing it. If not, I'm going to be talking into thin air, and hopefully my details are good enough for you guys to see it in your minds. So starting off on Sanctum here in Nepal, great map where you can still see some Lucio, even though he's pretty far out of the meta right now, but boop value is always held in high regard. So that's something that I think we could still see coming out, but I'm expecting double shield somewhere with Orisa Ryan Sigma Ryan or Orisa Sigma. Obviously been a great comp, and I'm really looking forward to seeing some Genji out of this Helix Snake. He is a phenomenal Genji player. Last time I cast him, he was just going off the walls. So it looks like we are going to see Helix Snake on that Genji Trafficoon taking up the Ana, looking for that Nano Blade, always strong, and going with even more help for the Genji. DJ D-Stacks on the Zarya, giving him some bubble. So this could be a very, very deadly Genji combination. On the other side, some really good counters to the Genji here. Zella on the McCree with the stun. YZ did nothing on the Brig with the stun. Crazy Lady with fades and sucking, and Sway on the Pharah. Can be great on this point with the boops, but she is susceptible to Genji in this low skybox map. So we'll see if we're going to get the value out of the Pharah that they're looking for, or is Genji just going to have too much room to work with. So we have EWP on the point first. Oh, but the slow push-up of Game of Thrones. Just a Reinhardt aggression, swinging that hammer. He's absolutely taken everybody out on EWP. That's a quick, easy fight. We're definitely seeing a much stronger brawl comp coming out of Game of Thrones. They're going to look to just play low and slow up in your face. They're going to win the battle of attrition here. Whereas looking at the side of EWP, they're looking for those big blades, the big ult combinations. They're looking for that one big play. So two very different styles. We'll see which one comes out on top here. Pharah coming in on the flank for Game of Thrones. This could be really nasty if they don't turn around. Oh, and Pharah gets the first pick. 2 picks for Sway. Both supports in the DPS. Game of Thrones also throwing in the Reinhardt slam. Gets a big slam on the enemy EWP Reinhardt. And that's a quick, easy fight. Clean up. Only one ult used. That's great economy. Pharah with 3 at the beginning by Sway. Just a really, really good flank. Controlling both sides of this first passageway here. So I'm going to think that EWP needs a nice flank, something to turn the attention away from this center fight in order to give them some space. And we do have the Nano coming up soon, but Helix Snake has not been able to farm his blade too much, so they're still a ways away from cracking this open. Game of Thrones Sway Pharah's hanging way back, just trying to control corridors with those rockets. And a quick pick on Overkill. Oh, that's tough. Losing your Ryan early is going to be rough. Ults are coming in from Game of Thrones. Sigma ult's out. defensive grab coming out from DJG Stacks. Oh, and there's the death coming from Sway after using his ult. He does pick up 2 big ones from those barrage rockets and deflected on the 3rd kill by Helix Snake. That might be enough for them to be able to push through here, at least get through the choke so they can get a touch on the point, but EWP's got to move quick. They do not have a Lucio to get them onto the point. They need to split up. Hopefully someone can touch here. Looks like Helix is close enough. Oh, the Shatter's missed by Overkill. Nice block by Darius. Here comes Helix Snake with the blade. Bashing away. Oh no, but the Brigida stuns him. Oh, the Genji medicine is delivered in the likes of Brigida. She is made to counter him. It's really cool to see them both be meta right now, both on the field consistently. Brigida just brings so much utility, so much overall healing. Even with the armor pack nerf, she is still high and tight in the meta, which just goes to show how strong Inspire is, how important it is just to have that consistent healing uptime on your entire team.
Keep it going. Just keep going. I'm testing right now.
All right, Cyber is testing out his mic, seeing if we're going to get him back online. But as for now, you guys are still stuck with me. We got Game of Thrones up 100, or up 1 round to nothing on Nepal. Now we're heading to our 2nd point. Lynx is still back on the Lucio, running Lucio Brig. Big AoE healing, lots of effective health coming here. And we have a pause. We have a DC on the side of Game of Thrones. We will get going again as soon as we know what's going on. It's probably just quick DC. We'll see if he logs on. But this gives us a great opportunity to talk about that first map. Like I said, EWP with a Genji and a comp, they're really looking to hit those big ult combinations. But with the double shield, Reinhardt, Sigma on the side of Game of Thrones, he really couldn't poke too much. He really couldn't get a lot of shuriken damage in. And without having an Orisa with the halts to kind of pull people together for nice easy dashes for nice ult charge buildup, he was kind of by himself and he just wasn't able to get past the double shield. So I think they're making a smart choice, switching over to the Hanzo instead of the Genji. A lot better shield break there, much more one-shot potential. That could really, really help push through this super brawly slow push comp of Game of Thrones. But Game of Thrones is coming right back at them. They're running the Mei, even more control into their composition, and they're going to rule the skies now with the Echo. She's got 2-3 great targets to take over with her ult. The Brigida rally is amazing for your side of the team. You can even Lucio and drop the beat if you know that they're going to come with a Zarya Graviton Surge. So you have a lot of flexibility with Sway on that Echo. So I'm definitely going to give the compositional advantage to Game of Thrones still. But we'll see if EWP, this Hanzo change, and these more brawly healers can kind of help. They need to use the Lucio speed boost to really slam them in the face, run behind the shields. Don't let them just soak up damage. You've got to get on top of this comp. So I'm getting readies in the chat, but I do not see. Here we go. We are unpausing now and getting back into the action right before this first fight. Zinx is back in, hopping back on his Sigma, but this might just give EWP free first point. Game of Thrones still wants to contest this. The Reinhardt battle is going strong right now. Overkill has the Zarya help, so he should theoretically have the advantage. Charge out from Overkill. Might be a little bit too aggressive. No, it's just aggressive enough. They knew they were up 1. He knew if he was aggressive, he had the extra teammates come help him. Overkill goes in strong, especially after that Mei wall. If he plays passive with that Mei wall, turns his back, drops his shield, he's probably going to die. But he goes aggression. He gets the picks he needed, and his team was there to help him out. And that's where that Zarya bubble is really big to have versus Darius Fulton with the Sigma. Sigma's going to bring probably a little bit more consistent damage and better flanking routes. But it really helps Ryan more to have that Zarya because he can just go face to face with the other Ryan knowing he's got bubble protection. And we're going on the left side flank here for Game of Thrones. EWP countering, pushing up hard, but this Mei wall coming from Zella cuts off the Reinhardt. Overkill goes down. That's first pick for Game of Thrones. Darius Fulton swinging the hammer. The rally coming out from Brigitte by Trafficoon that's going to keep this team up for a little bit longer, but they are just bleeding heroes one at a time. That's a nice pick on the way out from Ocean onto the Echo, giving them a fighter's chance here. Oh, the hammer drops down from Darius Fulton. Looks like he got nothing, and the counter shatter from Overkill coming back from Spawn. That might just turn it for him. Moira's down, Briggs down, Ryan's down on the side of Game of Thrones. What a turnaround from EWP. Nice patient play. That rally coming out from Trafficoon was perfect. Just gave him enough longevity to wait for the Ryan to come back, and can't say enough about that pick off by Ocean on the Echo on his way out. That gave them the real big turn in DPS to give them the chance to stay on that point. What a great recovery. And this is going to be tough for Game of Thrones here now. They have built up a lot of ults, but there are almost 4 ults on the side of EWP to match. So this is going to be one hectic fight. Expect a lot of fireworks here. Fire Strike coming out from Darius. And here comes the mail. Overkill frozen up right away. Darius misses the charge, but Overkill goes down extremely quick anyway, and this is an absolute roll coming out from Game of Thrones. Oh, and they C9'd it! I can't believe it! Only 3 on the point for EWP, and Game of Thrones C9s. It did not hold W. Oh, they're about 1 step off of the point there. Just need to be a little more aggressive. Well, that really changes the complexity of this match. Now we're down to a 1-1 round in this first map of Nepal. And we saw EWP playing really strong. I was doubting their comp at the beginning, but they played it right. They played it aggressively. They played up in their face. And we're going to see now if Game of Thrones can adjust, if they can adjust to this speed boost that Lynx Disease is providing on the Lucio. This is going to be quite the map. Running Sway on the Symmetra now, looking to get the point first here. If they can get point control, it's going to be a really tough composition to break. Breaking out the Reaper on this map, though, on the side of EWP by Helix Snake, I think that's a great call. He is so strong in this small point, really bust out a lot of damage. Oh, and Crazy Lady down extremely quickly on the Moira. That's not something you see very often. Oh, but Overkill gets traded out. This is a pretty even fight. Game of Thrones probably has the slight lead here because they do have their main tank. Oh, Darius down now. Wizzy does nothing, goes down. Oh, EWP absolutely turning that. Looked like Game of Thrones may have had a chance there with Overkill going down, but those 2 tanks alive was just fodder for Helix Snake with those Hellfire shotguns just pumping in the damage. And Crazy Lady might get staggered out. Nope. Gets out just in time. Helix Snake is smart, knowing he needs to back off, doesn't want to get picked off. So good first fight coming out from both teams. A nice recovery after Overkill went down for EWP. And this is just such a stout comp. Everybody on the side of Earth, Wind, and Farah is hard to kill. And with the rally, it's going to be even harder. This is going to be tough to push into. Game of Thrones to just wait it out. Oh, Maywall missed there, so they're not going to have that utility for the next about 10 seconds here. Oh, Brick goes down. Huge shatter from Darius, but he dies in the process. Oh, May freezes up Overkill on the run, but he gets a bubble. Oh, Maywall blocks up everyone from Overkill, but he shatters to counteract it. It's beautiful. Here comes the Blizzard now down from Zella. Freezes up Overkill, freezes up 2. Doesn't look like he can finish off any kills though. Oh, so close. Here come the reinforcements for Game of Thrones. Brian's back, but he's frozen up instantly. Sinks goes down on the Sigma, and it's time for Game of Thrones to get out. They have thrown way too much into this point for nothing. EWP just won't go down. So much self-healing, so much utility. What an absolute bunker comp they're playing here. They're playing together nice. They're breaking the Maywalls that are coming out from Zella. Really impressive coordination we're seeing coming out here from EWP after a bit of a rough first round, but they're putting it together now. Sway over to the Farah now. Hasn't been too effective so far on this map with it, but has the Mercy Pocket. Hey, and there's the big kill and the barrage. Nice Maywall to protect, but she already gets damage done with the 2 kills. She's right on top of them. Oh, and it's just too much damage now. Here comes the main freeze from Ocean, looking to pick up a kill or 2. Gets 3 off of that, and a huge pin from Overkill on Sinks. Mercy goes down from Overkill, swinging the hammer. 2 on point. Overkill with a Fire Strike kill he's carrying. And Helix Snake comes in with a Death Blossom to clear off the point. Wow. What a map. Ults all over the place. Absolutely crazy. I've got to give myself a second to breathe here. Jesus Christ.
Play of the game.
And we just really saw how to play a proper, not necessarily a brawl comp, but I would just call it more of a tanky comp. You know, the Mei has self heals and utility. The Brig's got stuns. The Mei has freezes. Moira, Brig, you have so much stun and utility and escapability with those healing comps. It was absolutely epic map, and Game of Thrones just didn't have an answer for it. The speed and aggression that was coming with the Lucio in that fight was just too much for him, I think, and we saw some great play coming out of the DPS duo of Zell and Sway. I think, oh, I'm sorry, of Helix Snake and Overkill. They were really just controlling that point with the May Reaper, an absolute classic DPS duo for that point on Nepal, and we saw exactly why. In those small corridors, there's nowhere anybody can go. But we got to give a lot of credit to Trafficoon and Lynx Disease, just absolutely keeping everybody alive with that great healing duo, and just some great shatters coming from Overkill as well. He got blocked off by the Maywall, communicated that out to his team, and then instantly threw down his shatter, got 4 down, gave his team enough time to come in and help him out. And looks like Synx's internet is not cooperating with us right now, and Game of Thrones has brought in a ringer. One rad kid is coming in for Game of Thrones. I believe he's going to be taking up the off tank position alongside Darius Fulton. So we'll see if this is going to throw off any of their strats or anything like that. If you know, one rad kid is a one trick. Looking at his profile here, he does play some Zarya. Does play a little bit of Reinhardt as well. Is a Reinhardt main. Actually, from looking at it, so maybe he could be taking on the main tank role. We'll have to see what happens here. I'm gonna check in with the team, see how they're doing, and we're gonna see if we can get started here pretty soon.
At this point, just keep going. It is not. You can just tell the audience like my mic works, but it's not picking up in OCCs, which is bullcrap.
Yeah, so getting an update here from production. Cybercat's mic is working. It just somehow is not getting picked up through the OCC Scrims Twitch page somehow. I can hear him on Discord. I'm talking to him, but unfortunately, it's not coming through to you guys. So my voice is what you're gonna have to deal with. Hopefully, I can get us through. We got one map down. I might just have to get me a big Gatorade jug of water or something to keep going all night. But maybe let's not hope for 5 maps, even though that would be a great match to watch and to cast.
Don't
but
tell him.
I might lose my voice if we go to 5 maps here. So, all right. So we are ready on the side for Trafficoon and ready on the side of Game of Thrones. So both teams are ready. Oh, never mind. We have a quick hold up from Trafficoon. We are heading to Blizzard World next. I think this map could actually work a little bit better for Game of Thrones with the combo that they were running. But you're really going to start to see some hit scan play coming out right here. Look for some McCrees, look for Ashes, Widows. Really good heroes on this long sightline maps. Point A, point B, phenomenal. Point C, even still pretty good, especially for Widow. Ashe is good everywhere right now. So we'll see what these teams are going to come out with, but looks like we are heading into Blizzard World now. Let's see what these two teams can give us tonight in Blizzard World. Still waiting for Blizzard to announce that this is a real thing somewhere in a real place, but as of now, we are not that lucky.
Initiating match.
Okay, working. Nope. Damn it.
So we got teams loading in here. Head down through Snackstramus. I'm going to need a little bit of energy to get through all this cast by myself.
Actually, I wonder if it's the Discord. Let me figure this out.
So I really like the bottom left approach here when you're coming
Ready for
on
battle.
attack, which we are going to have Game of Thrones on attack here. The bottom left approach is really nice, reduces a lot of incoming spam damage on your shield as you come through instead of coming through the main gate. And you have a lot more natural cover. You have the rocks on the left, you have the statue on the right where you can recover your shield after you've taken up space. So your pushes are still productive, you're still taking space up. Even though you may not necessarily be getting kills, you are getting something done. But we're seeing here, it looks like DJ D-Stacks from EWP is going to be holding the top left flight to Duskwood. Excellent spot to hold here on Sigma with his shields and his absorbs, and especially when you're putting a hit scan like Helix Snake up there with him, as I expected, we're going to start to see some of these hit scans come out. Just too good with these long sight lines. It's tougher for heroes like Genji to cover ground. But we're seeing Sway coming out on the Somber, going on the left side flank. Looks like he might be coming behind the Sigma here. If they can get a hack and a dive on him, it could be effective. It's an early hack. Doesn't look like he has any help coming from his teammates. So he did get him off the high ground though. It was productive. Now his team's rotating, making use of that positional advantage. Very, very smart of them. Sway going around way back. Oh, when Zell gets a stray arrow onto Helix Snake, that's a huge pick. So much DPS lost. Sway's in the back line harassing him while they attack from the front. Overkill gets distracted. He gets charged to death. Lynx is going down fast. There he is. Wisey did nothing with the boot kill on him. Ocean on the Genji does come up with the kill, but I think it's going to be all for naught as he gets beamed down by One Rat Kid on the Zarya. Quick, easy fight for Game of Thrones. Just the wonder arrow coming out from Zell. You gotta love it. Nothing feels better when you're playing Hanzo. You were shooting for the head the whole time. We all know it. So we see a pretty quick cap coming here for Game of Thrones. Playing off this Somber really have a nice distraction. Pincer attack from around that first point, so playing really well. Darius Fulton Shields going down quick. They got it back up. Just need to get on cart, get some movement on it. Oh, and he does go down. They did not back up quick enough. Really would have liked to see him use at least just speed boost. Lucio's on the cart instead of with his Reinhardt, and he gets rolled over by the cart himself, adding insult to injury. That's embarrassing. So this is a great corner to hold here for EWP. Overkill on the Ryan. DJ D-Stacks on the Diva now. She's gotten that nice buff to her defense matrix. Maybe they're looking to eat some Graviton Surges, using to reduce some of that damage coming from the coming from the Samura as well. So I like the Diva here, very defensive. DJ's playing it defensively as well, doing a great job protecting her Ryan. Oh, Anna gets the Nano Boost onto Ryan. Grab Dragons going in. Overkill staying alive. Oh, what a huge healing grenade coming from Crazy Lady, keeping Overkill up. Wow, that was 3 ults invested from Game of Thrones onto Overkill, and he survives it through with just 1 ult. And this big healing duo of Anna Moira. Not something you see too much because it lacks a little bit of utility, but there's nothing is truer that Moira and Anna pump out the most healing in the game. So look for Overkill to be aggressive, push up, and Crazy Lady needs to hit some big anti-grenades. I think that's going to be the key to win. Sway's got the EMP. He's in the backlines on the high ground. He's got 5 in his sights. Here it comes. Oh, and the shatter right after the great combo. Oh, but 2 kills coming from EWP. Helix Snake with a headshot. Overkill with a charge onto the Zarya One Rat Kid. And this is falling apart for Game of Thrones. They had it all set up. Overkill shadows directly into the shield, gets nothing out of it. They're backing up with Lucio's speed boost. DJ trying to push in for a kill. Overkill getting a little bit aggressive, charging in with no regard for life. He gets anti, got it back up. He's got his shield up. He's going to be healthy. And they're backing up EWP, holding this corner again, right at the corner of Snax Ramus and the Reign of the Black King. Oh, Darius Fulton charges in, takes space beautifully. Overkill uses his charge as well, so no charges up for either Reinhardt. Bubble used on Darius Fulton, look for Overkill to get a little bit aggressive. Diva Bomb in the back from EWP. Oh, doesn't kill anybody, but boops 2 back. Both supports, they move line of sight, that could be big. Zell swapping to the Reaper, getting a big pick on Ocean on the right side. Huge anti coming in from Crazy Lady. There he is, shatters, but dies in the process. Overkill with the Nano, trying to push the Reaper back, does so. Pushing up on the Zarya now. Oh, and he gets anti-grenaded, has to back up. Smart move, smart move. Zella in the backline, so on the Reaper is starting to wreak havoc until Helix lands an arrow right into the side. ends his reign of terror. Looks like Wizzy Nothing's gonna skate his way on out of here. And now we have Sway swapping over to the Ashe, only to receive an arrow to the head. Head back to spawn and think about what she's done. Man, Helix is getting some randos here, hitting some beautiful shots. Great thing about those shots on Hanzo is they win you fights single-handedly. They give you free 30 seconds. Overkill with the charge. Zarya bubbles down. Looks like Darius Holton is trying to be a little aggressive. The Orions are swinging at each other. D.Va protecting Orion, doing a great job. Little Reaper into the backlines, gets DJT out of his mech. That's when the go button is hit for Zarya to drop the Beyblade grab and Reaper ult. Oh, but Overkill with a huge shatter gets both of them. 3 up on the card, 2 supports, and Ashe, 4 Game of Throws, only 2 alive. Moira and McCree for EWP smartly giving up some space. They know they have the better spawns. They're going to come back and get a nice full fight with a big advantage here on last point before Game of Thrones gets back. And Helix Snake without the shield up gets a nice kill on the Crazy Lady, taking out the Ana. That's got to be the backup for Game of Thrones. They got to get this up. They only have a minute left on the clock here. Sorry, I've not been updating on that. But we have Sway with the Bob available, Crazy Lady and Wizzy Did Nothing with support ults available on the Lucio and Ana. So we got some tools to work with, but Overkill with the Fire Strike whip onto Zella, gets the quick kill. Here comes Bob on the point in the backlines, gets slept, oh, but woken up every Ana's nightmare. Oh my god, Overkill protecting his team with the shield, but watch out, there's Darius behind him, and he drops the hammer! Overkill goes down, oh, charges in Fulton. Oh, great job by Lynx Disease with the Mortar Ultimate, keeping everyone alive, doing some nice damage. What great support work, and Overkill is just swinging the hammer with no regards. He knows he's got the healing. Wizzy's speeding his way out on Lucio, doing everything that little frog can. Looks like he's gonna be able to make it with some nice wall riding, using that speed boost. And EWP, that was a minute-long fight, but wow, was it exciting. Last push coming here for Game of Thrones. All they have is the nano boost available. Probably going to drop it on Darius. Overkill tries for the sneaky charge, but misses. And Darius gets the nano, but charges onto the point. Oh, he's got 4 players on. Doesn't look like he's got anything. Overkill shatters from behind. Gets 3 on the floor, but no kills. Overkill goes down. Here comes the D.Va bomb from DJD. Gets nothing. Nice block from Darius, but gets anti and loses the shield, and he goes down. Zarya's still up with high charge. He could farm another grab here with this D.Va up in high health. Oh, looks like Game of Thrones has control on the point here. One Red Kid's gonna drop this grab as soon as he can. You better hope it doesn't get eaten by this D.Va here. This is such a long fight. Overkill's back into it now. Sway's got 2 kills. One on Ana, one on Genji. This might just be the turning point. They need to hold on to their ults. Oh, never mind. Lynx has dropped the Coalescence onto Overkill. Just keep them on point, keeping them swinging. They're hoping to get a 3rd fight maybe out of this. Nice sleep into the backline. Oh, but it's woken up before a kill can go off. High noon promotion from above gets nothing. Oh, here comes the Nano Blade from Helix. He's dangerous on this. Both bubbles down from Zarya. Can he get 1, 2, 3 for Helix, and the shatter from Overkill. These fights are insane. Bob's on point, but he goes down. Oh my god. Ooh, that was about a 2-minute long fight right there on the last point. Absolutely ups and downs. Game of Thrones came in quickly. Overkill turns it back to the side of EWP, and then the grab turns it back for Game of Thrones, and then the Coalescence to keep Overkill alive from Lynx Disease. I think that was the final turning point. Just stalled enough time to get everyone back for EWP, and then they had all the ults built up, ready to get the hold on point B just a couple meters before the end. Wow, that was exhilarating. These fights are awesome.
I kid you not, I'm jealous that you're actually casting that and I'm not. So, for the record, I will point that out.
I'm hearing from Cyber he's a little upset that he doesn't get to cast this because of how exciting it is. So wow, we see a very nice hold there from EWP. They kind of got rolled on first point, easy to lose your cool, but they were able to hold that really big, important kind of 1.5 second corner of Blizzard World there, right before the overpass of the bridge. They had high ground control. Sway was able to get up there eventually, but they had high ground control. They rotated ults nicely, and it was just a big war of attrition, and they ended up coming out on top. On defense for Game of Thrones, looks like they're running the same style of the hit scan and Sigma on the top left of the Flight of Duskwood. Everyone else back right, but they are going with the Torbjorn on this fight. Gonna protect that turret with the double shield, Ryan Sigma. And this should be pretty good against Helix Snake here. He's going to get poked a lot. He can't play around in the back too much. And with the double shield, he's not going to get a lot of shuriken damage in. So he's really going to have to rely on Ocean and Overkill to really push and make space for him to be effective on this Genji. But he is dangerous no matter what. And Overkill's being aggressive. Oh, but Zell comes out with a quick pick onto the Brigida. That's going to kill this fight, or this push from EWP quite quickly. The immortality field goes down from BAP. I'm happy we're seeing the BAP here. Oh, but Helix gets a nice kill on the way out on Zell. That's huge. That's a slow return for the McCree on Game of Thrones. And a quick spawn and with his team on Genji. So they're going to be up one for maybe about 10 or 15 seconds on this fight. And they might have a small window to take advantage of it, especially with that Lucio speed boosting him in, but the McCree's getting back just in time. So we're 6-on-6, nice even fight. 3 minutes left on this attack for EWP. They're coming in strong, using the speed boost just how it's supposed to be. Oh man, 2 quick picks again. Ocean and Overkill go down for Earth, Wind, and Farah. Just being maybe a little bit too aggressive. They need to stabilize their health before they get that speed boost in. But I do like the focus fire from Game of Thrones, getting these quick picks, and they're not wasting ults when they don't need to. When you're up 1, you really don't need to use an ult. When you're up 2, you really don't want to use an ult, and we're seeing really smart usage there. They're starting to really hit their ults now. Zell with the High Noon coming up on a Coalescence and a window, and the Torbjorn Molten Core ultimate putting all the fire on the point. So this should probably be a dry push coming out from EWP. Also look at the Lucio ult percentage, 25%. They're utilizing this speed boost, but without the longer fights to get the healing in, he's really not going to build much ult percentage. So really lacking behind there. This could end up being really important. 2 minutes left to go and only 2 pitches. Oh, but Helix Snake's got the magic arrow. This time takes out, which does nothing. Overkill takes out the other support of Crazy Lady on the mortar, and this is going to be the point for EWP. 2, no, 3 go down now for EWP. 1 Rad Kid on the Sigma is just doing work. Oh, but Lynx Disease ends it with the Coalescence. Yeah, she was holding that one in the back pocket just in case, and then pulls it out just in the nick of time. Finishes that up. Oh man, they were 1 Rad Kid started to make him sweat a little bit, and that's big. It gets that ult out of the Pharah, made him use more than they wanted to probably, and it allows them here to set up on second point at the corner of Snax Ramus and the Reign of the Black King like I was talking about earlier, and hold this corner that EW did. That EWP did. That's where they stabilized, and that's what Game of Thrones is looking to do now. Zell's on the top right by himself, trying to hold this high ground. They need to be careful. Normally I like to see a Sigma go up there with him. Oh, because this might happen right here if they make the rotation. Oh, Wizzy does nothing, gets a quick kill, but Ocean fills off. Zell is traded out. Zarya takes down Darius, so it looks like EWP is going to be pushing forward here. Just the Sigma. He's got no EAT available, but nice 2 supports, 1 tank, and 1 DPS still available, so they can hold their own. Oh, but not with Ocean going into the backlines on the Reaper. Forces out the Lantern from Wizzy does nothing. This is huge. He has his Death Blossom. You look for him to make a nice TP into the backlines and drop this. Overkill goes down. Oh, he gets hit with the healing boost, but it's not enough. Look at the aggression coming from Game of Thrones. They just come swinging. Darius is not putting that shield up until everyone's dead. I think he's doing that one backwards, but it's working out for him. We have Torbjorn with the turret right behind the point. Looks like he's probably going to want to rotate that up to the high ground. Up here with the McCree is a pretty good idea because it gives the McCree some protection from the flanks, which is really big, especially with the Reaper on the side of EWP. You can TP in the back lines, but look for them to try to focus. Wizzy does nothing, get his his immortality down, which they do, but doesn't look like there's any follow-up off of that grab because of the Molten Core. Overkill's got Nano and he's swinging in hard. Oh, but he thinks better of it. He's backing up now. No, he did off more than he can chew. Ocean goes down. Game of Thrones is cleaning up Helix. They're probably going to try to stagger him. Nope, they just take him down. That's a smart move. You don't want a stray arrow from that Hanzo to take you out. Good quick kill on him, and Game of Thrones stabilizes again. We're seeing mirror matches here. Pretty easy takes on the first point, and then not a whole lot of luck coming on the second point. But we have all the ults building up from EWP here. They do not have Grab Dragons, but they do have Shatter Dragons, which is very effective. 3 ults on the side for or for Game of Thrones as well, though. So whoever's going to be more aggressive with their ults here should take out the victory. And Zella pops it first, along with the Sigma ult. It's a great combo. Oh, he gets 3 out of it.
Jeez.
Beautiful coordination. Huge Deadeye from Zella. Gotta love the coordination from Runrad Kid. Just comes in off the bench, coming in cold, talking perfectly. Comps must have been great. Huge 3K coming from Zella on the Deadeye. Not an ultimate you see a lot of kills coming from these days, so it's always nice to see that one work out. And Zella wants to be king of the high ground again, taking up space by that siege turret. Watch out for the rotation EWP. They know he's up there. He's getting out of there. He's got protection from the turret. Gives him enough breathing room to get out of there. But Overkill drops from the high ground, drops the shatter into 2 shields, gets nothing out of it. Oh, Lamp is down from Wizzy. Ocean drops the death block, but gets nothing. Mostly eaten by One Rat Kid. He's an all-star coming off of the bench. Helix with the flank. Dragons gets 3. This could be the turning point. One Rat Kid goes down. Helix with the 4K, doing everything for his team. Wow, what a flank. They survived just long enough for him to get all the way back there. We got the ball swap coming in from Darius Fulton. I think he may have come in a little bit too soon. He's going to go down pretty quick here, I imagine. Tracer swaps. Moira. All stall heroes coming right now, but we've got the Coalescence. This is huge for longevity so they can stabilize on the point. Ocean in the back lines. There is no immortality field down from Wizzy, does nothing. Molten Core on the point right now. EWP gets a kill. Overkill with the shatter on Crazy Lady. Gets both the fourth swing and the hammer. Oh, but he goes down by Sway. Sway with another on the support. Link's Disease. Ocean, oh, finally cleans it up, killing Sway, and that's going to be EWP taking Blizzard World. What a match, what a fight, what a match overall so far. EWP up 2-0. Looked like they were going to get rolled after the first point of Nepal, and then they really turned it on. I think the Ana was a really big difference there. Just getting so much value from those antis, but sometimes hero plays are hero plays, and Helix Snake with the flanking dragons takes down 4, 2 with the dragons, 1 with the storm arrows and 1 with a regular arrow. But we see just an epic match. If you love Overwatch, you love watching this right now. I just can't believe I'm getting so lucky to be able to do this all by myself. I'm sorry, Cyber.
Okay, yeah, rub it in. Rub it in. Jack can't hear this, but rub it in. You cheesy bastard.
If I remember right, we did have Game of Thrones take EWP last time I casted them. So we're seeing these different rosters really bringing us a different game. But, I mean, Game of Thrones could have taken first round or first map or second map. They were both so close. I mean, if they didn't C9 on the second point of Nepal, we could be looking at a 1-1 scoreline or easily a 2-0 scoreline. So we are heading into halftime now. Guys, take a breath. Go get some water. Go get some food. I'm going to eat a protein bar. I think I'm going to need it. And we'll be back in about 5 or 10 minutes with the second half of the Deadlock Gang OCC scrims. Earth, Wind, and Fire versus Game of Thrones.
Alright. Fuck. Okay, I'm not doing that thing now. question is, I can hear me now. I think so. I think so. Yeah, no, this is where you can hear me. So we're gonna give it a shot. Okay, cool. What? What I do? No, I'm fine. I don't know if I'm nice to go mad. I like it. It just tells me to go away. It tells me to go away when I'm doing. I'm like, okay, whatever. It's the like the geek in school. I don't like it, and then yeah, pretty much that's what it was. All right, we should be seeing. Let's try this again. Please don't fail. I'll give you a break this time. I cannot believe. I thought my mic wasn't working. It wasn't showing on OBS. I don't know what it does. Yeah. Yeah, like it's like when it was showing Dex audio for OBS, right? It would usually pick up mine, or at least some of that. And so then I'm looking at my settings and everywhere in any way possible, and it's showing that there's a troubleshoot on my shit. And then so chat's like, we can hear you. I'm like, what? So it's whatever. Alright, 30 seconds. Oh, so I have to get back to that. It's like you're on 100, I'm on 100, and 80 seconds away. So make it mine. And I'll find out within 2. Okay, ready? I'm gonna find out in 2 minutes if it's good or not. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our second half of the match between EWP versus Game of Thrones. If you are hearing me, that is fantastic. I do apologize for the inconvenience, guys. First off, let's give a huge shout out to Crispin for covering for me as I figure out what the hell was going on with my mic. As I kid you not, it was showing on one thing and doesn't show another, and I'm like, why is it doing that? So, Crispin, huge shout out to you, my friend. Thank you so much for covering all that. I am so pissed about, not pissed, I'm sorry. I am so angry at the fact that you got to cast those 2 games, and you got the cast. So give me an update. We basically are seeing right now EWP up 2-0 in a very close series between these 2 teams.
I mean, I don't really know what happened. I kind of blacked out during the whole thing. It was kind of like a Will Ferrell old school moment. But no, seriously, we're seeing some really good support play coming out from EWP is what I think is going on. Just keeping Overkill up, and they are just running into their face with Overkill using the Lucio speed boost. We haven't seen Game of Thrones use the Lucio yet, and I think that's really going to be the big difference. Oh, they were on Lucio for a little bit there in Blizzard World. But anyway, yes, up 2-0 for EWP. Both very close games. Could easily be going the other way around. I would not be surprised if we're seeing this going to a Game 5. I think we'll definitely probably be going to Game 4. I think Game of Thrones is going to kind of really show up here on Route 66 and show them what they got and make this a match.
Honestly, anything could happen here. Right now, again, EWP is up 2-0 here. Game of Thrones could come back here. Honestly, I think both teams are putting up a very good performance. EWP just coming in, just overkilling like crazy and all that kind of stuff. You see the DPS plays making the plays, Overkill making aggressive plays, but he's doing it. He's getting the plays, he's getting done. Of course, on the side of Game of Thrones, they still have a way to make this back. I mean, they may be down 2 games, but we have seen reverse sweeps happen here, OCCs, especially here in the deadlock game. That is a potential thing to happen. But the question I would be wondering is, what does Game of Thrones have to do to keep themselves in the game to actually make this reverse sweep possible?
I think they need to actually either swap to the Zarya and run the mirror, because Darius Fulton's generally getting a little powerhouse by Overkill. He feels more confident going in, especially with the bigger healing duo of Anna and Moira that EWP has been running a lot. But we saw one rad kid come in on the off-tank role, and really he was playing the hero form, but he's out of the game now. They've got Dan the Awe coming back in, so I don't know if one rad kid was just their ringer they were trying to bring in for this one map, or if Dan the Awe is their full-time player now. But looks like he's going to be playing the Zarya off-tank role, so it's going to really change things up. If he's aggressive, if he's defensive, and trying to protect Darius a little bit more, it could change the whole aspect of the game.
Absolutely. We do see a swap coming in for the side of Game of Thrones, I believe. Dan the All is coming in. He's going to be subbing in for, or has he been in for the whole game?
No, so one rad kid was in. He came in for Sinks after Sinks went down due to internet issues. And then now Dan the All is in for him. So we are heading into Route 666 now. Are we getting any updates from chat? Can we hear Cyber's mic?
It looks like chat is telling me that. I believe that's what that is. If it is happening, that's good. If not, then you're going to have to take over, and I would have to do basically everything. But it seems like one person said it's good. I see another person saying all that kind of stuff, yada yada. So I'm hoping it is working. We will begin to our third map, which is the X-Core map of Route 66. This is one of my favorite maps to work on around, especially with the... I would say the only one of the reason would be is that when the time extension to give you allows you to set up before then, I would always place a Junkrat, get the trap bomb here enough time, and then basically you're in a good position to throw them out of here. But as of right now, that's not the case here. You can only get a little time off that, but I don't know if Junkrat will be played here, but we could be seeing some sniper play coming in very soon. You can tell we got 2 snipers from each side, but one's gonna have the high-end scope, the other one's gonna have Bob.
Yeah, so both very, very useful. Zella on the Ashe, he's going to bring a lot more consistent damage. He's going to charge that Bob, which is a very, very strong potent ultimate. It forces your opponents to use resources in the same way that Sigma ults does. You may not kill people with the Sigma ult or a Bob, but you're going to force them to use cooldowns, you're going to force them to use resources, and then you can take that advantage. But with Helix Snake, at any point he could get 3 kills in a row and the game's over, and ults don't matter at that point. So it's really just going to be the battle of attrition, the consistent damage versus one-shot kill potential.
What a shot from Cell! I mean, he's got the lower scope than Widowmaker, but here he's got a shot. What a shot from Cell! That one makes him one of the star players for the side of Game of Thrones here. And right now they get a huge advantage here. But Helix Snake's going to be switching on that McCree. He's going to have to come back here. He can't be sniping here anymore. He's just going to have to come back and maybe get some input damage here. We are seeing the right her battles coming in, but Bite the Bean does take down Darius Fulton here. And right now we're going to see Sway in the backline trying to get some picks on the trees, but nothing here just yet. Darius Fuse gets a charge on the Trap Cocoon. That's actually a good charge coming from Darius. And the fight is still going to be going on as the Game of Thrones is actually getting the damage needed to.
Yeah, that was just a little bit of miscommunication. They just let YZ did nothing, fly straight in, res the main tank, fly out, and I don't think anyone even looked at her, waved at her, said anything. And then all Darius had to do was turn around and get a free charge on Trafficoon, get the free kill, and there goes all the sustain for EWP. Fight's over, and doesn't look like they may not even get a nice full fight to contest your second point, so this may be a very quick point.
They might be able to. We'll see if that's going to be the case here, but we do see Sway's got the pulse bomb ready to go. He wants to go in the back line. This will be actually very sneaky here. Oh, what a stop of Shatter. And actually, there's the Tracer Bomb, but no one actually touched the point, but the Tracer Bomb, no one gets it, but Sway's still alive with 10 HP left, keeping it going here. Game of Thrones making the first point, even though Fight does get rid of Dan, ain't going to hit up as much, as Dan has got spawn advantage, and Stella does take that Fight and says, you can take my Zarya out, but you got to go back away from spawn here. So right now, Game of Thrones is on point.
Yeah, I like the way that Game of Thrones fought that. They pushed up into the choke, didn't let him walk out towards them, and the Baptiste from Twitch, he was just a little bit too far behind by about 2 seconds to make that a really good push. But being aggressive is always good in Overwatch, and Game of Thrones showed that right there by not being passive on the point.
Absolutely. I mean, play aggressive if you can. I mean, use it to his advantage. But right now, we're going to see Cell playing a bit aggressive. He's getting the shots he needs to. Does take out Twitchy here. Overkill does actually get the pick off of Dan all here. We are seeing the fight going back and forth between both teams here. Overkill gets actually the double kill picks. Getting rid of the tank on the side of Game of Throws here. He's holding it very strong here. Bob's in the back. He may be doing some damage with the damage boost Mercy here. But looks like he actually distracted as Why Did Nothing does get the res off of Darius Fusion here. But doesn't get nothing here. He's going to have to take a fall back here. And that's completely fine. But actually gets rid of Helix Snake here. Really not a bad pick here. And the fight is actually still going on. It's Ryan Zarya versus Double Shields for the side of Game of Throws. And the fight's still going in. And actually EWP is holding it very strong.
This is the power of the Mercy res mid-fight. Darius comes right back up and they're back on the forefront.
Ooh, actually here Game of Throws actually putting the damage here. They're actually now making up the ground after that loss. Looked like it was gonna be a lost fight, and now they're actually making it in. They could touch the second point, but maybe I mean, I don't know if the EWP is gonna make it in, but I think they're gonna just let them have it.
Yeah, they're being smart here, letting them have it. Mercy has won both points almost for Game of Throws, both with reses on Darius Fulton. Communication has to be key. They have to camp the body of dead players as long as it's safe for them to do so. Sometimes res is going to happen if you get a nice random pick in the back line. But if it's in a frontline tank, you have to converge on that death. You have to kill the Mercy. Do not let that res go off.
Pretty much, that res could be the difference maker in every game here. We do see a nice pull bomb coming from Sway, but just misses just a little bit here. Not there just yet here. I thought I heard a shatter, but there's no shatters just yet. Both Ryan's have flash shards ready to go. We do see Twitchy get the windows, but actually gets picked up by Sway here. That's a very important pick to hear, but looks like I said earlier, we'll try to gets that res, but of course, it wasn't a good position that anyone could get here. We do see a nice shatter from Overkill, I believe, here. And
they shattered each other there.
Oh, they did. Oh, that's what the case is. Well, you know, both double shattered, but nothing out here just yet. Bob comes in, gets set in. He actually do something here. They do get rid of Helix Snake and Twitchy. Ryan versus Ryan battle. We see there's winning that battle here. Oh, Fight the Bee tries to death block, solo death blossom. That is a huge no-no. You don't do that. My goodness.
Ooh, yes, that is gonna hurt. Kind of can't blame him. He didn't know if he was going to get out for another one, but he wanted to hold that. But we're seeing Sway just pester the backlines, and EWP supports have no idea what to do with him.
Right now, EWP is actually stuck in spawn, but they're actually able to get their way out. Here comes Fight to Me. Does get rid of Crazy Lady. That's a pick that you actually need. And Why Is It Nothing gets another res. Very good res. Darius Fusion is still holding strong for the side of EWP for the Reinhardt. But right now, Bob's going to come in for Helix Snake here. Will he do something? Maybe not. And maybe something might happen here. Helix Snake wins the last battle here. Bob actually gets rid of the Mercy, and Twitchy actually goes against the more battles. EWP still holding strong here. They've got less than 3 minutes, but you know what? Anything could happen.
That's exactly why you always stay on the Reaper on last point, because all you need is a shot or two, and you're so beefy you can survive a little bit, and he gets that one big kill off onto the tank to bust open that whole thing, and Helix just pops off the head of Dan the Awe. Wizzy there with the res though, but now they don't have res for this fight. EWP needs to keep that in their mind and play aggressive. They have the res advantage right now.
Absolutely. I mean, they've got less than almost 20 seconds as of right now before that res come back in, so they have some time to manage it. But if they can basically, I mean, if they can manage that time, they can get there. But if they don't, then they're basically just worrying about the fight itself. So at this point right now, the res could be in effect for the next fight here. We do see Overkill has got Shadow ready to go. It's going to be the Reinhardt versus Reinhardt battle. Shadows again. We can see a double. We can see maybe just, I don't know what's going to happen yet. We do see Overkill does get, actually gets picked off this way here. And nice Shatter from Darius Fusion here. Actually takes down three players, I believe, here. Chapter actually gets the rest off Overkill, and now Darius gets the Shatter from behind. And Overkill just actually going nuts here. Reinhardt versus Reinhardt battle. What is going on here? We're just seeing back and forth battles between both teams here. We're seeing Why Did Nothing and Trafficking on the best reses here going on in the game here. Cell actually gets Bob to do something here, and actually he does something. He gets rid of 2 people here. Oh, really? Okay, well, in that case here, Dan all gets the grab here, and that's that action pick here with 1 minute and 37 seconds here. That is actually a great hold from EWP. Very excellent from them.
Yeah, it's a great hold, but 137 on Route 66 is a great finishing time. That shows how dominant Game of Thrones was at the beginning. That they had a great hold at the end by EWP, and they still have 1 minute 40 on the clock. Very, very winnable, but Earth, Wind, and Fire gave themselves a chance. You always want to give yourself a win condition, something you can look at. Now, they don't have the win condition here, but they have a chance to push it to overtime. So, still anybody's game here, but I'm not surprised to see this from Game of Thrones. I think they realized that they were getting walked over, and they were like, you know what? not letting this happen to us anymore. We're putting our feet on the gas and we're going forward. And Darius is swinging that hammer because he knows he can come right back to life. He's got 1,000 health with 2 health bars to his name with Wizzy on his back. So he's being aggressive, and I think we're seeing it benefit them.
Absolutely. As of right now, EWP has the way to keep this to keep the win here. But you know what? Game of Thrones still has a chance. They just need a strong defense here, and I can see that very possible here. If with Cell and Sway with a flex DPS role, hero pool on their side, they can basically manage what they need here. Only question is going to be is that can they follow up on the plays that they put in here too? Again, it's gonna be between that. It's gonna be the Reinhardt battles. This is gonna be a lot of things, but honestly, I think Game of Thrones still has a chance to go in. I like to see reverse sweeps happen, but you know what? We'll see what's gonna happen, but I like to see a good game coming around here, but I mean, I want to get at least a game 4. It evens up the casting opportunity to think about it.
There you go. But we're seeing a really nice pincer attack coming from Sway on these kind of flanky heroes, and Zella on the Ashe with Bobs up front, Sway in the back. So this time he's on the Sombra instead of the Tracer, looking for a little bit more map control, a little bit more utility. We'll see if he's gonna be able to get the hacks on the right targets. He's really gonna hack Overkill or Brick here, or even Trafficoon are good hack targets.
Absolutely. I would probably, honestly, to think about it, get a hack on the Ryan. That prevents him from having to shield. That prevents him from actually protecting the team. So that's always important to have here. If you can manage to get those hacks on those Reinhardt, honestly, I think that's actually quite important here. But Fight the Bean does get, speaking of Reinhardts, both Reinhardts are down for both sides here, but it looks like it's still an even fight for both teams here.
Wizzy gets the res again.
Oh, absolutely. Wiseneth gets another res here. We actually do see the picks coming from EWP. Yeah, Helix Snake does get rid of Crazy Lady here. And Helix Snake doesn't like that Mercy. Tells him to get down here. And EWP still holding very strong here.
Yeah, this is quite a crazy fight, but just leaving Genji alive for too long. Darius is backing up the wrong way. And just Genji, no one ever paid enough attention to him. No one ever took control. No one pressured him, and he just did whatever he wanted and just bounced around the tanks in the mage. I'm playing too much WoW these days. The Mercy.
Yep, absolutely. One thing about that was that there's a way that Genji is countered by the Ashe Dynamite here. So that's one thing, but of course, you can only do so much as Ashe here. So Josel's doing his very best to keep it going here. We do see them actually holding it on the 1.11 mark here. We are, and Bob been sitting in here. I'm believing right now Helix Snake might be going for a shatter. Might go wait for the Nano to go here. But nice shatters are coming from Darius Fusion, and actually that's a huge shatter. Gets rid of 2 players here. We do see a Nano Blade.
They got to stay on point. They got to stay on cart.
Oh, that is actually very true. But we're seeing ultimates coming popped all over. And Helix Snake actually gets a Dragon Slash on Cell. Oh my goodness. They're able to give EWP just holding it strong and keep it going. Right now, I mean, with only 4.5, almost less than 4.5 minutes left, EWP's got to hold. Has got to just get a good push here, and Game of Thrones got to hold on very long to make this happen.
Yeah, no, that's a very good finish on the first point. It was looking a little sketchy from EWP, but the big blade coming out from Helix, as you called, was huge.
Very good pick from Cell here. He doesn't like that Genji. He's able to get him down. Dash is going to be coming down for... actually, I'm sorry. I'm looking at 2 things here, but Cell gets another shot here. So he gets first gets the Genji. He gets a... Oh my goodness, gets a triple kill. My goodness, my friend. I mean, this is the reason... Again, this is why I like Cell. He's got a very usable pull, and he's able to get things going here. So very good from Cell here, but looks like we're seeing Overkill trying to overextend himself here. He might get picked off here. Yes, he will. Dances, you overextended. You get punished for that. And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, you don't overextend as Reinhardt without your team. That's what happens.
Yeah, Game of Thrones is starting to react quickly here. They're changing hero pools quickly. Sway back on the Pharah, who's so effective on Pharah, on Nepal. And we're going to see that again. But oddly enough, they go to the Pharah and they come off of the Mercy and bring YZ did nothing back onto the Brig. Still super strong. She can still get heals up the Sway. So I still like this comp, and Sway can do a lot of work. But now he's going against double hit scan. They swap form plus Nash, so it could be tough.
Absolutely. I mean, it can be tough, but anything can happen. We'll see if something good comes out of it. We do see Daniel actually gets the grab here. And a very nice guy gets a couple of heroes here. Sway and Acel, the dynamic duo for DPS at the side of Game of Thrones, gets the picks here. Sway gets another pick here. Gets rid of Fight the Bean here. So right now, Game of Thrones still holding very strong here. They got plenty of time to work. They can have plenty of time to work around with under 3 minutes. But as of right now, EWP can have some ultimates coming in. They can have a lot of ultimates coming from this next fight here.
Yeah, they have 1 ready to go in the Zarya grab, and they have 3 almost coming up with overkills coming up in just 1 fire strike. But they need to be aggressive with Sway's Rocket Barrage, because if they can come up big here, they can negate a lot of these ults. Gotta be aggressive.
Absolutely, they gotta play with the style of the DPS here. They're the start of they're the playmakers of each team here. We'll see if he can able to do that go around here. Speaking of that, Sway gets the thing off the line. I mean, there's that barrage. I mean, will he get enough picks here? Gets enough damage, but not enough picks just yet. But he does get rid of Overkill. He gets another pick off of Brick here. So actually, that barrage actually did enough damage to heal them down. And now they've got EWP 2 minutes left. They still have plenty to work with here. And right now, looking at it, Game of Thrones has no ultimates except a potential shadow from Darius.
Yeah, that was a really smart, aggressive play, as I said, coming out from Game of Thrones. They got Fight the Bean separated from the group into the corridor. Sway and Zella both turned on, got a quick, easy kill, and then that's when Sway knew he was free in the air to kind of be more aggressive, and the Coalescence to cover him was great. Now we got a swath bolts coming in from EWP. Oh, it's Sway.
Oh my goodness, Sway gets another pick. That's actually very important. He even had a Pfizer ready to go. He could have used the next fight here. Oh my goodness, Overkill tries to get a shadow, but can't do it by himself as Sway is actually putting in damage. But he actually gets rid of the support side of EWP, and Darius Fusion coming back in, saying, you know what, you may be the better Reinhardt, but I'm going to be better than you. He gets rid of Overkill and Twitchy here. Game of Thrones still holding very strong. Right now, it's close to a minute. I think Game of Thrones can still hold it.
Yeah, I think Game of Thrones might, because what we're seeing here is aggression winning Overwatch. Fight the Bean has been sitting on that ult for a long time. Twitchy's been sitting on Nano for a long time. Brick has been sitting on Graph for 3 fights. When you let the other team dictate the ults, you're gonna lose, no matter what you have.
Okay, we do see a Pfizer. He does get rid of Fight the Bean. That is actually a very... No, gets rid of Sway. That's a very important pick here. That Pharah has kept getting a lot of damage going on here. 2 are down for the side of Game of Thrones here. They still got a chance to make it in. Darius, if he can get a nice shatter off of this next fight, I think that could be a good hold for Game of Thrones here. We'll see what happens here. Oh, we could be seeing it happen right here. We don't know yet. Sway. Oh no, Darius, you're going in on. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be very interesting. Oh my goodness, Darius holding very strong. Nice shatter, and Bob gets sent in here. But Game of Thrones is still not holding it. Helix gets rid of Bob and Sway here. They still got plenty of time to work with. On 15 seconds left here. If Game of Thrones can hold it in overtime, that is very, very, very possible. But I don't know if it is. It's basically a very odd number on the payload.
Yes, this is a Zella on the high ground with Moira and Zarya on the low ground, but Zella's free fire. She's doing another.
Oh, overkill! Solo gets a good shatter off of that here, and EWP is still holding strong here. Oh, that grab missed. Actually, that was actually a good, interesting grab. But you know what? Actually gets something. Brick does get rid of 2 people there, and EWP has 2 fights ready to go. They can still make it very possible here.
The great thing about pure hybrid maps, unlike or pure escort maps, unlike hybrid maps, is all EWP has to do here is finish, and they get there one.
Whoa! That was a shot from Helix.
Oh, and Helix showing the hero pool, jumping onto the Widow.
He's watching that Widow. He's watching the Widow. He wants to make sure that Widow doesn't get rezzed off here. Actually gets the res here, so actually good job from Why Did Nothing getting the res, making sure that the Widow wasn't watching here. So very good shot from Helix, but of course very good res from Why Did Nothing. They need that Pharah. Helix gets another kill off of Sway. Says sit the hell down. Traffic Crew actually gets the pick off of Cell here, so EWP has a chance to make this happen here. Right now, Crazy Ladies still got ultimates here. There's still ultimates from the side of Game of Thrones here. Here's the thing they need to do though. They need to stop and reset. They can make a time for that, but they're not doing that. They're just getting picked off one by one.
Yeah, they need.
Oh! That's actually a good barrage. Actually, here we go. With only 30 seconds left here, actually EWP Game of Thrones actually was able to use ultimates here. Helix Snakes does get rid of Sway again, going at 3 for 3 on the shots against Helix Snakes here. Here's the thing though, is that right now Game of Thrones has 2 ultimates ready to go here. I don't know if the Pfizer and the traffic and Coalescence is gonna help them out.
We have Hammond coming to touch on the back end by Brick. Oh, but he's getting pumped down. He might not even touch. There's the touch. Here's Overkill charging in.
Oh, and what a nice shadow from Darius Fuse. Gets rid of 2 guys here, especially the Ryan here. Here comes the Pfizer from Fight the Bean. Does he get anything here? He's looking for that Pharah. I don't think so, but right now the picks for Game of Thrones is coming in. The Pfizer needs to be equaling up the kills, but it's not doing it just yet. Cell holding on very strong for the side of Game of Thrones here. And even though Sway is actually dealing as the Pharah with the Widowmaker, still putting the pressure here. We see, actually, but right now, Game of Thrones is actually getting the picks here. Cell takes down Widow, doesn't like him here, and Game of Thrones still holding on. We're going to map forward. They're not out of this here just yet, ladies and gentlemen.
This is exactly what I was expecting to see from Game of Thrones. Like I said at the beginning, they're not going to be happy. They knew they could be up 2-0 right now. They think they should be even 1-1 right now. before this map, and they were coming in with advantage, coming in aggressive. I love the play. They had really nice pincer attacks with Sway on the flanks. The Pharaoh was extremely effective, and they were aggressive with their ults. They dictated the pace. And when I saw that 137 time, I had a feeling that was going to be good enough, because it's hard to finish Route 66. That last point is rough. So great game from Game of Thrones. They got a new swagger to them. They look like they're ready to go. I'm sniffing a little bit of a map 5 here, my friend.
I can see it very possible. I mean, right now, right there, Game of Thrones was able to make it last as long as they needed to. They were able to build the ultimates in the last fight, because under that meant they had not many ultimates to go around here. I mean, the ultimate economy is going to be very key to every fight, knowing that who's got what, how can they deal with it, and just, I mean, whether they know what the other team has or not, it's all a matter like, what do you have to actually to even up that. And so Game of Thrones was able to get that within the last minute, so very great job from them. EWP still was able to get it going here. I mean, they look like they were going to be rolling them after the first point here, but they struggled just a little. But you know what? They are still very strong here. Game of Thrones is trying to fight their way into a reverse sweep, which I can see very possible. But EWP wants it in this match here. They know they don't want to be reverse sweep. That is every team's worst nightmare, is having a very strong 2-0 and then getting a reverse sweep. That is every nightmare that every team, you've been there, I've been there.
Yeah, I remember in the stage finals against the Salt last stage, and we were up 3-0, and then we lost our 4th map, and instantly I was just like, oh god, oh no. And then, you know, luckily we got good teammates, good communication, good and whatnot on our team, and everyone's like, hey, it's just a map, and we got ourselves back together and we won the next one. But man, I instantly know I went right to that spot where I'm like, oh god, here we go. Well, and it's just, it's devastating to even think about.
It is. I don't blame you. We both been there. I mean, or at least you see a map where you look like, I mean, on a simple map, you look like you got like more time and all that kind of stuff. Next thing you know, you just see, oh, how come we had all this time? We're gonna do nothing. Next thing you know, in under 1 minute, the other team just gets rid of you. But as of right now, we'll get to that our own time later. We'll get to our own games here later on. We're going to be getting ready for the 4th map, which is the assault map of Temple of Anubis. And as of this point, ladies and gentlemen, Game of Thrones, it is still 2-1 in EWP's favor. So right now, EWP's, if they can hold it here, they got the map here. If Game of Thrones can say, no, we're not going to let them get the win here, we're going to be seeing a map 5. And I'm honestly, as long as we see a great game from this, I'm excited in there. And I got my wish. I got the 4th map going on, so that's all that matters to me. So we're good here now, ladies and gentlemen. But we will be getting to our map here, Temple of Anubis here. I believe, I don't know who's starting. I don't know who's gonna be attack or defense here. But Crispin, if I was defense or attack, what would you consider for a good composition for this here? For this particular
for attack, and especially considering today's meta, there's no doubt you have to play Genji on the attack here. This is Genji's playground. There's walls everywhere. There's corners everywhere. There's long places to dash through. He can hide. He can flank. I mean, this map is built for Genji. We've always seen the pros excel here on Genji. I've seen Helix Snake on Genji on this map, and man, did he pop off. This was his coming out party in my eyes, was on this map. But we're seeing him on the defense first for EWP, so he is going to be playing the Torp, and we're not seeing any Genji on the side of GoT. He is extremely strong with those buffs right now, but Zella and Sway apparently do not have him in the pool, but they are playing this Ashe flanker combo very, very well.
They have been.
Yeah, they're really playing it as the proper pincer that it should be, with consistent damage up front by the Ashe, and Sombra going back and either getting rid of shields or finishing off kills. So I think they played it a little bit better with Sway on the Tracer, honestly, but I do like the Sombra here.
Yeah, the Sombra is actually, I mean, I feel like it is a very underrated hero, but it has very strong potential. If people don't expect the Sombra as much, then she just basically says, I'm going to ruin you up, basically. And we have seen that happen here. So right now, EWP is looking on for that Sombra, doesn't want to get any hack, doesn't want to see her get EMP. They've got plenty to, they just don't want to see any of that.
Oh, the
Are you kidding me? Helix Hill, you want to be Mega Chew here in OCC. He's gonna get it here. I missed that. I kid you not. What? He gets a hit
I only saw it from the silhouettes through the windows because we're spectators. So, but we are seeing our first use of the Orisa. Such a strong hero that we see in Overwatch League all the time. You don't see it in the amateurs very much, but she is unbelievably strong. You keep her alive, she has infinite shields, and that's where she excels. And Halt is maybe the second best ability to game behind Anti-Grenade.
Honestly, I think Hulk's probably the best ability to stop any aggressive any player. To think about it, you go against the Reinhardt, you basically the Hulk is going to decide whether you can keep going or you do not. So Hulk is actually very strong.
Great counter for the Reinhardt.
Absolutely here. We do see Darius speaking of this Reinhardt, we do see Darius having shot ready to go here having a better Reinhardt battle over against Overkill. And Ocean actually gets 2 picks and gets rid of Sway and Cell, I believe here. Actually, very important picks, very good picks from Ocean to actually hold the line here. So right now, I would think Game of Thrones is going to have to back up just a little. They can't go without their star DPS players.
Nothing feels better than flexing on both the enemy DPS as a DPS player. And Ocean just popped off there, 1v1 both of them. But DJ takes down Darius too in the follow-up fight. Overkill with the big old shatter with the Rhine out of the picture.
Absolutely Overkill, just overkilling. He's basically making his name an actual statement. He's overkilling them. He actually gets the picks here. So Overkill, nice, very good shatter here. Of course, the one thing he's going to have to pay attention is Darius. He's got to shatter himself, but we are seeing the Somber Spit coming in from Sway. So he wants to go on that pharmacy. They want to settle the pharmacy competition, which they have done very well here. With the use of Why Is Nothing on Mercy, honestly, they've taken it to its advantage and actually done very well. Again, they've done very well with it.
Yeah, I think this is a comp that really works for them. And there's a lot of poke that EWP can put on the Pharaoh, but not a lot of focused attention. So we'll see where this goes. But Overkill with a great charge on the Darius.
Right, so right now the fight is coming in, and what a nice shatter from Darius. Gets that pick here. Here comes Helix on that Torpid. He's going to be throwing that lava all over the point. Doesn't want them to get it here. He actually gets rid of Den here. Oh, she gets rid of Sway. The picks are coming from EWP. Overkill on Crazy Lady. Right now, Game of Thrones is just having a very struggling time. They've got a minute and 15 minutes left here. Oh no, they're staggering this Mercy. This is unbelievable. Okay, it's a good stagger, but it is disgusting. Can he get one pick before he does anything here? Could he get Ocean? Oh, he gets Ocean! Oh, could he get? Oh, he gets the hammer kill from Helix Tank. You know what? Why is it nothing? Gets the pick off of that? That's actually a very good pick here. I mean, right now I'm with.
Yeah, it's a
right now
on for the Mercy. She gets the flybacks for her team. We got the Ocean with this slightly faster run back with the dashes, but not much. You might have to drag us from spawn to be effective here.
Honestly, but it is an advantage for Game of Thrones. They have to take it here. They're going to be doing it right now as Bob does take point. He will be actually getting some damage, but nothing here just yet. We just a nice barrage from Sway. Gets 3 off of that. Gets half of each roll. And that is actually the pick that Game of Thrones needed right there. Very good barrage there. I wish I saw that on my cam here. I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen, but when you got double to producing and play, you can only do so much here. But as of right now, Game of Thrones bound their grave here with 3 minutes and 15 seconds left. They've got plenty of time to work with.
Yeah, that was just hubris coming out there from EWP, trying to stagger out the Mercy. Wizzy, or Wise did nothing, is smart enough. He knows I've got a blaster. I'm going to pull this out. And it's not very smart to stagger when you don't have a healer around you for someone that can put out some good burst damage. So the stagger idea was smart, but it didn't really work out for him because they didn't have a healer. So you got to be smart about it.
Absolutely. I mean, that's just one thing they have to keep in mind here. But, you know, we'll see if that happens here. We do see Overkill does get rid of a Dallas Bridget. Ocean gets the pick on the Pharaoh here with the Dragon Strike here. And actually, EWP is still holding very strong here. Look like they want to try to stagger crazily, but not just yet here. Just having to get a good hold. You know what? You want to stagger, but after that Mercy pick, you don't want to do any of that. I bet they're starting to regret that, right? I don't know if they would regret that, but honestly, if I was them, I would.
Yeah, you're thinking right now, oh, we got an easy first point hold. All we have to do is get a tick, and then now you're looking at, oh man, I hope they don't roll us and get a decent time after this. But Ocean with the perfect dragon. It wasn't the dragon meant for kills, I don't think. He really just put it down the middle of the hallway and tried to split up the team, and it's exactly what he did. He got Darius away from his team. Easy swing and hammer kill for Overkill off that, and then he got the bonus kill on the Sway, who's now on the Junkrat, really strong.
This will be very interesting,
really open up this point.
This is actually very important because those Junkrat grenades can help break those shields here. And that's exactly what they need. A nice block from the Overkill to actually get the grab over the shadow here. Very good grab here. Coming in actually good opening defense from both sides here. So right now there's this more value coming in for EWP as a Helix Snake and Typhoon Ocean get picks here. But right now there's no picks coming from the Game of Thrones just yet. Even though Sway's got the very good damage coming in from the Junkrat, just not enough to break through the damage through the shields, and they actually got to get something. But Ocean gets a nice stagger on Sway here. And right now, Game of Thrones got less than a minute and a half to work with. They got some time, but they got to make it very quick though.
Yeah, even with this Junkrat, we're going to see that the Orisa Shield is going to be even better now against this comp. Because, okay, yeah, they break the Orisa Shield, Ryan steps in front, he's got another, 1600 shield to bite through, and then there's another Orisa Shield coming down, so then you're just breaking shields, you're not damaging people. So I think the Junkrat's actually not as great of a pick as it looks like against a shield break when there's an Orisa on the field.
Actually, Cell gets a pick off Helix. That's actually a good pick here. Right now, we do see Ultimate's coming in from the side of the Game of Thrones here. We do see a nice tire. Could it be a good tire? I don't know. I like reptiles, but you know what? Nothing just yet. Overkill gets the pick off of Darius too. Cell gets the picks here. He's got the double kill, especially a triple with a bomb hitting off Traffic Coon. 4 kills off of that. So right now, Game of Thrones has a chance to work around here. We do see a res from Wyzen nothing on Darius Fuse here. Still got plenty of time to work with.
They can give up the 2 ticks here. They can be patient. They don't have to rush.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's a big charge off.
Basically, that's actually a huge pick coming in from Overkill. Gets rid of, does nothing. Helix Fox brings in Bob, and actually it's double kills here. 20 seconds and under here. I don't know if Game of Thrones has anything to work with. The only thing they have is like coalesces, but they got to get there fast, and maybe Darius with the shatter.
Yeah, we want to see the pre-rally from Traffic Coon with about 4 or 5 seconds left to make sure everyone's all armored up for this next fight, and then they can just shatter him. So if Ryan tries to charge in or do anything fancy, he's gonna get shattered. So he's got to hold his shield up.
They got a touch point.
Real rough entrance.
Yep, they touch point overtime. Oh, shatter from it. Overkill. He's overkilling him himself. He's getting the picks he needed here. He's playing more aggressive than the other Darius Fusion here. They're trying to get the right battles. He's pulling it off here. Helix takes to make it his name for as the aggressive Ashe player over Cell here, and EWP. Even though holding 2 points, Game of Thrones was able to get 74.5%, so that's really not bad for them.
Yeah, no, that's really, really important considering they probably really shouldn't have even gotten point A. They were kind of gifted that by the stagger and the YZ did nothing Mercy blaster kill. But they cycled their ults really nicely there by EWP. Looked like they got their feet back under them. They didn't get startled by, pretty much giving away that first point. And like I said, I'm really predicting the Genji coming out from Helix Snake here. Because with the double shield, it doesn't really matter. You can easily skirt around them with Genji here with so many different ways to come in and out. You see him popping up on the Genji there. Sway, are they seeing this coming and moving to the Symmetra to try to counter him? Could definitely have that. Crazy Lady first appearance on the Baptiste tonight. Also great with the Immortality field against the Genji, and also Zella on the Bastion, and they're on defense, so I think this is gonna stick. They're really trying to spam down and just make the entrance as difficult as possible. If they are going to try a rush comp to the point, I don't think they're going to get too much purchase on that. And if they try to slow push, it could be tough because obviously Zella on this Bastion is going to be pumping out damage. Genji is a great counter. Hanzo's a great counter. And so we are seeing some counters. This is going to be a really, really exciting round, I think.
Exactly. Honestly, right now, Game of Thrones trying to do whatever they can to hold this point here. They want to see a map 5, and right now you can see.
And look at this sneaky Bastion teleporter. Once they come through,
ooh, Crazy Lady gets the pick right there. If actually, that's very interesting. Overkill didn't overextend himself. He just got slammed by the Cell's Bastion here. Now, here's the thing though, is that they do not have a Rhine shield. So the one thing they have to look around is that if they can stop this Rhine from entering in, but if EWP is waiting for that, that's going to be very interesting. I mean, if they wait more time on that in the fight, then that put more time for Game of Thrones to actually take.
Oh, and this setup is so nasty, but good coverage by Overkill. And a big pick by Ocean with the random headshot on the Crazy Lady. It does get rezzed by YZ to nothing. Charges from both Rhines.
Yep, I got you here. Cell actually holding very. You're fine. You're completely fine. You're having more time than I am, my friend. You gotta relax now. I got my mic going. Here we go now. But as a quickly recap, Cell gets the pick off of Cell here. Ocean in the backline trying to get a pick here, but Cell says nope. You're not gonna get in the backline just yet here. And right now with less than 3 minutes, Cell's got a tank ready to go. This could be very interesting here. But now we're gonna be seeing a dive. I think this is actually I think this is a mistake, honestly. Not trying to be rude here, but looking at a dive, I mean, unless you can make this work with dive on Bastion, I don't know if it's gonna be capable. If that's gonna be good enough for them to win it.
Because with the Bastion, with this teleporter, I think
you're
completely right.
Right there, like I said, dive can be one thing, but trying to do on a Bastion, you cannot counter a Bastion with dive, and it's very. in my opinion, it's really not the strongest case here, and that's exactly what EWP is figuring that out here. Sway and Zell, the dynamic duo of the DPS lineup for Game of Thrones, hitting it very hard here. And right now, you can see they are using their they're not going to use their ultimates yet. They're going to be so conservative about that. I mean, the longer you can hold their ultimates, the more nerves you can put for EWP.
Yeah, no, and this is normally I'd have to disagree with a bit with dive. It can be effective against the Bastion, but it depends on the comp. With the symmetric teleporter they're running, you're not going to touch the Bastion. He's just going to TP, so that's no good. And with the Baptiste as well, what they need to be running here is spam comp. They need to bring in a Pharah, Hanzo, Orisa, Reiner, Sig, something like that.
They so had his ultimate ready to go, and Ocean said, "Sit down! You're not playing that mode here." But we do see a rest from Why Did Nothing on Helix Snake on Cell here, and actually Cell says that was a huge mistake. He kicked down the team here. They did not watch that res from Why Did Nothing. Game of Thrones is still holding very strong here. That was actually interesting. That was a good play coming from Ocean, but Why Did Nothing says you guys made a huge mistake, gets the res, and takes out half of the team. Oh my goodness. There's only so much you could do to stop Bastion.
Yeah, that was a great play, and they did everything they needed to, but then they got too excited, like, hey, we got him, let's go, and it's like, whoa, they have a Mercy that's been rezzing all game, and that's just, you're not staying within yourself, you know, you're getting excited. One pick doesn't guarantee you fights, you know, everyone knows that in Overwatch. Does it help? Yes, about 70% of the time, but not all the time, especially with the Mercy on the field.
Well, it looks like they're going over this play, complete dive here. Here comes Helix Snake on that shatter, Genji play here. Will he get anything here? They want to get rid of this Bastion. This Bastion is the only way that's going to decide them whether they can win or lose this match here. Ocean gets the pick off of Crazy Lady on the immortality field here. Helix Snake just trying to get something going here, but Stella is still alive. They are pocketing this Bastion like it's absolutely nothing here. Here comes another tank ultimate. Will he get something here? Yes, he does. He gets double killed off of that. Gets overkill. And DJD here. Can he get a third pick? I want to see a third. Yes, he does. Gets rid of Ocean here. And with 15 seconds left, EWP may not be able to get this point here. We're going to see a map 5 here.
They can get a touch, I believe, with DJ D-Sax. He needs to pop his ult, use his jumps now. Doesn't look like it's going to. Lucio's gonna get the touch on Traffic. No, he gets shattered off of the point. He does get the touch. Overkill with the touch after.
Right now, the Cell is just getting the damage here. This is, I mean, right now, Cell, he's got many hero pulls, but when he plays that Bastion, he plays a nasty Bastion here. Helix Snake gets on the point here. I don't know how long that's going to take here with the symmetric going around. Ladies and gentlemen, Game of Thrones is going to hold it to a map 5. This, oh my, I mean, I thought I was not going to cast this whole game, but a map 5, I'll take that.
Yeah, wow. Game of Thrones showing how strong they are, showing so many different tank team compositions. Zell with the hero pool, Sway with the hero pool. He's playing hit scan, he's playing projectile, he's playing turrets, and Zell just popping off on the Ashe all the time, so gotta give him credit for that one. But just great job by YZ Did Nothing. Sway did great teleporters. Sometimes it was on the right, sometimes it was to the top left. He adjusted it, and YZ always on his butt with those reses, super important. And game 5, Game of Thrones, with all the momentum, this is going to be a great ending.
Absolutely, honestly. I mean, Game of Thrones looked like they looked like they were looking at the potential phases of defeat here, but they said, we're not out of this just yet. They get a nice hold here at the Route 66, not giving any more gas for EWP, and on typical Anubis, looks like the so-called Egyptian gods just says, you know what, we have bless you, Game of Thrones, EWP, get out. We'll be seeing a map 5, and it will be on the map, the control map of Ilios here. And so reverse sweep is in effect here, ladies and gentlemen. Game of Thrones has a potential test to make this happen. If that does happen, that will make my night. I've had a good day here today at work. I know I had a little issue with the stream, or I thought there was, but ending it with a map 5 reverse sweep, that will make my day. Those are probably the best Mondays I'll have in a long time, honestly. So let's see if we can see that happen, but we're going to take a couple minutes, let the teams make sure they need to make any swaps or any last minute discussions on what they need to do here. But as of right now, both teams are putting it are good here, but that particular map kind of put in a Game of Thrones favor, honestly, just because they were playing not only cheese, but with EWP, when they made those swaps, that's kind of one of the things they have to be mindful is if the first time it doesn't work, like, or how fast that Bastion can melt a hero, automatically got to switch. Because when I saw that dive, I said that was it. In my mind, I said I felt like, I'm not gonna say, don't correct me if I'm wrong here, but EWP, I feel like EWP kind of threw when they switched the dive, because honestly, dive is it's a easy composition, or it's really highly communicative. But trying to go against the Bastion, he just melts. And the fact with the symmetric coming in from Sway, I mean, they made it work, and countering Bastion. I mean, trying to counter Bastion in that particular form, it's not the easiest thing to do.
Yeah, and like I said, it can be done, but they were going about it slightly wrong. So you want to take your Bastion attack if you're going as if you're diving against a defensive Bastion, you want to take it kind of checkpoint by checkpoint. So in this case on Temple of Anubis A, first checkpoint is getting through the first quarter, either onto the left side or the right side. Once you get in there, you stop, you recover, you get your cooldowns, you get your defense matrix back, you get your shields back up, you get your deflect back up, and then you make your way to your next point, either in the top left room with the health pack or to the top right room when you want to take full high ground where the mega health pack is on the top right. That's point B. And then point C is your attack on the Bastion or onto the point. And they were trying to do it all in one, just get onto that high ground and go after him. And that's not going to work. You're not going to force them to use any cooldowns until they're going to be super effective cooldowns. And you're opening yourself up to a lot of damage because you're trying to cover too much ground at once. So they went about it a little bit wrong with that. And with the Symmetra teleporting, they really didn't have too much of a chance. I would have liked to see them go to the spam comp. So maybe go like an Echo Pharaoh with a Pharmacy and an Anna with a Sigma Orisa. I think probably would have been a better spam comp there. Great shield break, great spam damage, easy pick potential. I think that could have been a little bit more effective for him there.
Honestly, I think any could have happened. In my opinion, I would probably think my suggestion would probably be one thing. Maybe go with the you could go the Rein Zara or Rein Diva and all that kind of stuff. Get maybe a final way for a maybe get some Helix or Ocean on the Sombra. Get a hack going here, because the thing about it is that you got two things going on. You should either if let's say the Symmetra wasn't there, right? Then you got to deal with the Bastion up front. Now you got Symmetra. When you have the Symmetra, now you got to deal with range damage here. So to think about it, I mean, if there was a way to where maybe they just find a way to make it close range, get them distracted to stay here, or find a way, or to find a way to get a hero that can go for long range. But at the Temple of Anubis, it's really hard to find that. It's like if the Bastion was in the very back, let's say right by the point, that's one thing. But the way how Game of Thrones was able to position that made it really hard for EWP to actually get going. So EWP was able on trying their very best, but Game of Thrones was able to establish that. Like, it looked like that was well planned here. I mean, honestly, here in OCCs for Deadlock game, a lot of these teams want to plan it well. I mean, they want to play very well.
Yeah, I think that was practiced for sure. You could tell by the teleporter positioning, by the cooldown rotations that they were using, that's something they've worked on, and the communication was excellent through that. And I forgot what I was going to say after that. I had a segue, and then I just completely lost it.
Understandable. I have to repeat this in chat right now. This is funny. I'm gonna quote this. Thank you for. I can't say your name here, but I will say this right now to EWP. If you lose here tonight, they're not getting any dessert. Keep that in mind, chat. If EWP loses, they're not getting any dessert. We have to make sure that Game of Thrones don't let them do that. But, of course, when they're on the side of the computers, we don't know if they will. But, as of right now, EWP still has to find something to keep themselves going here. Game of Thrones finding their way back to a potential reverse sweep. So we'll see if both these teams can keep it going. We'll see if EWP is going to keep their is going to able to keep the momentum they had at the first half of the tonight's match, or is Game of Thrones going to be like, we found our momentum, we found our positioning, we're going to be playing here? Or here's one thing I'm kind of curious: did Game of Thrones throw in the first two games and give them the reverse sweep to give us a very hyped up stream? I kid you not. If their name says Game of Thrones for a reason, this has to be a reason.
I mean, if we're gonna go with the scripts theories here, then I'm casting for EWP, because when I casted, they won everything. And you're obviously casting for Game of Thrones, so maybe there's some caster cursing going back and forth.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. You had the advantage. Well, that could be very possible. I did not cast the first half. You were able to take care of it because I thought there was a mic issue. When at chat says, you're not looking this right, whatever. But that's one thing here. And now here I'm casting. I'm making Game of Thrones a win. I think that I will say this: if this happens, EWP doesn't get dessert. I'm basically the winning curse for EWP, thinking they get the win, they lose, and I just give it all out to Game of Thrones. But let's hope that does not go on. The only thing we're looking at so far in chat, no one has said anything just yet about that. They're just looking at D squad hype. So as long as that still rolls on in chat, I am okay with what's going on. As of right now, we are look like we might be getting ready for our fifth and final map of the night. Again, it's going to be on the control map of Ilios, and exactly what's going to happen here. Right now, again, reverse sweep in potential for Game of Thrones, or will EWP hold off long enough for them to get the win here tonight?
And one more quick thing I want to bring up about that Bastion comp. I would not be surprised if that was a practice comp for this match, just because they know, or Game of Thrones, Suede's been around this league a long time, Helix Snake has been in this league a long time, they know each other, I'm sure of it, and they probably knew a Genji was coming out here, or was going to come out there on Temple of Anubis, and this is how they were going to prevent that, and it worked to perfection.
Yes, here, absolutely. Most of these players here, they've known each other. I've known some of these players, even if I was a caster or as a player here. So basically, everyone's here having a good time. They're doing what they can here. Of course, there's also a back and forth between having a good game and having just a game to get serious on their side here. But in the end, everyone's cool here. We're all here on the same team because we are OCC, and that's a particular fact, I would say here. So
yeah, well, I mean, our general chat's always popping with teams going back and forth. Always fun, nice community to be in. Always something to do, as you said, no matter what division, what rank you're in.
Absolutely. There's always something for here for you guys in the OCC. So always come check it out. I mean, whether you want to be a coach, a player, producer, we need more. Anyway, whatever you guys want to do, we're always, everyone is welcome here, and we're always going to have a good time here. But as of right now, the best thing we're going to have a good time is looking at a My Fav potential for first wave for Game of Thrones here. We'll see if that's going to be the case here. We're going to be seeing a very interesting competition from Game of Thrones here. As Ashley Stell is going to go on a hero he's not played all night, which is that Echo. And Helix Snake playing a hero he's not played all night just yet, and that is the Doomfist.
Yeah, Doomfist I think is going to be pretty scary from Helix Snake here, but he's going against two airborne heroes. This is the anti-Doomfist comp. Sway's been popping on the Pharaoh all night. I think this is really scary for EWP. They're getting out comp. They got to get on point quick. Oh, but they lose someone on the way in.
Cell gets the pick off of Ocean. That's actually a very good pick coming from Cell. Picks coming from Game of Thrones here. Cell gets another pick here, and right now I don't see any picks coming from EWP here. They might have to just give it up and actually let them have it reset, give it the time they need to here. They need, I mean, there's maybe not be a time frame here, but the less percentage they can give up, the better the chances for them to win the fight.
Yeah, this needs to be a comp switch instantly. Ocean did swap to the McCree, but I don't think that's going to be enough. We need like an Ana. Oh, there's the Baptiste coming in for EWP. That's good. And I think DJD actually probably needs to get off the Zarya. Maybe onto a Diva could be really big for the defensive reasons. Trafficoon not on the Baptiste. He faked me out. He's now on the Lucio. So they're looking for the ground and pound, forget about the air, win the ground war, and then they'll take care of the people in the air with Sway and Zella. But we do have a pause. Doesn't look like we have any DCs here. So we'll see what the issue is about. But now you guys get to listen to us even more. So thank you to our players for giving us this opportunity.
Absolutely. As of right now, we're trying to figure out what the pause is, but honestly, right now, the ground and pound game is probably gonna be the thing. EWP is gonna go for it. But the thing about it is that the one thing I'm looking at is Helix Snake. He may have able to get almost 60% of his charge as Doomfist, but the problem is that he might be not gonna have many targets there. So as of right now, oops, let me do this for a second. As of right now, the Doomfist is going to be very interesting to try to go against this double airborne composition, especially the fact that they're working with Pharmacy with Echo. So I don't know whether there's a new name for that composition here, but honestly, with
Annoying, I think that's the name of the comp.
Pretty much. Now, I will say this, ladies and gentlemen, we did lose one of our DPS players, and this is going to be very interesting here. Is that the Ultra's coming in? No, he did switch up, so there's not going to be anything difference here, but the percentage is gonna go for Game of Thrones here. So once this game gets back on the start here, EWP's gotta get a good fight here to make up that time here. So as of right now, I mean, they got a lot to work with. They gotta work with a Pharmacy Echo composition here. Helix Snake is gonna be able to. I don't know if he was able to get as much targets as he can. We did see Oshik going on that McCree, so maybe we'll see if he can get something going here. He's going to have to not only look for that Pharmacy, or that Pharah and Echo, but he's going to also look for that Wise Nothing, because he might, I mean, the thing about right now is that EWP needs to watch that res, because Wise Nothing has been doing very good on those reses here tonight, and the more res that he's going to get, the more pressure that's going to be for EWP.
Yeah, this is what I was saying when I wanted to see a massive comp swap coming from EWP, is that you can't take care of this with one McCree. It's too much. And I'm sure everyone hears it in the quick play game, like, oh, just go McCree, you counter all 4 of these people. Yes, you might, but you cannot track all 4 of them unless you're Fleta or Sparkle or something, or Yixi.
Absolutely.
So,
No,
or XC. So like I don't. It has to be a team effort.
Absolutely, you can't. I mean, not one player can't do everything by themselves. Some people can, but in this case scenario, with what EWP needs, they cannot rely on Ocean on everything by himself. But we'll see if it doesn't here. Nice shatter coming in from Diffusion here. Sway gets the barrage off of DJGD, I would have to think say it, my apologies here. So right now, EWP is going to have to hold back just a bit further here. We do see Cell's going to go on that right heart. Oh no, what is he going to do? He might go nuts. He is going nuts. He actually gets a double pick. Oh no, that's Darius Fusion here. I do apologize here. I thought
Darius Fulton there. Darius Fulton, thank
you very much. But I thought Cell actually got the pick here as he echoed on that Reinhardt. And that's completely fine. Put a little bit more pressure on the side of EWP here. So see, still going on here. We do see Ocean going on the high ground, try to hold something here, and right now, EWP is going to have a very rough start. They switch Helix off the 76 here, but that's not going to be enough.
They do have 2 hit scans now, but it still just might be too much. There's a lot of cover in the center area for them in the high ground. But we do get a big shatter coming from Overkill, really opening things up.
Absolutely, we see Darius Fusion going on that Reinhardt damage here. He lost that shadow, but you know what? That's complete. I don't know if that's uncalled for, but that's whatever. He thought the team was there. But right now, no one's going to be touching for the side of EWP. Game of Thrones 1 game away from a reverse sweep. This is going to be amazing. That does happen.
Yeah, and we did see them with that Lucio swap. That's when I really knew they're like, all right, we're going to win the ground war. I don't care about anybody in the air. If we kill 3 on the ground, we can figure out how to kill the other 3. But it just didn't quite work out, and I really think we need to see DJD swap off from the Zarya. He either needs to go to a Sigma or a Diva, and I'd also like to see Overkill go onto the Orisa, someone that can move her shield around a little bit more, a little more flexibility. It also has a little bit of coverage above you, which helps from the damage coming from above. And we're seeing Dan the All go to the Diva to kind of help absorb a lot of this hit scan attacks coming from Ocean and Helix Snake to try to protect his people in the air. So we're really seeing an all-around aerial attack with Darius all by himself with Crazy Lady on the ground.
Absolutely. Right now, EWP trying to still keep that ground and pound competition here. We'll see if they can keep up going with it here. We do see Helix Snake on that Widowmaker. I like to see maybe get a headshot coming right here. Maybe not have it just yet here. We're going to be waiting just a little bit longer if there's any pressure coming from the Widow. But right now, Darius and Dan gets the pick as on the tank line for EWP here. And right now, Game of Thrones putting in the pressure. Cell and just that double air competition. I would call it the Air Force competition. I'm going to call it that because see how powerful that is. And
Air Force Mercy.
Air Force Mercy, yes! That's our new name of the competition. It's Air Force Mercy here, ladies and gentlemen. Keep that in mind. But anyway, right now with the Air Force Mercy competition coming in for the side of Game of Thrones and just small Ryan Zari and just maybe a double hit scan for EWP, we might, I don't know. As right now, Leak Snake did switch to the Tracer. I don't know if that's going to be enough though.
Yeah, Dan the Oz doing a great job on Diva of holding this high ground, making sure that Helix didn't get position. Forced him to swap off to the Tracer now, so they're trying to get a little bit more ground annoyance to hopefully keep Sway and Zell's attention in the back lines. It's worked for them in the past, so we'll see if Helix can pull it off. But he's taking a long play.
Oh, what a nice shadow from Darius Fusion. Gets rid of Ocean here. Only one ultimate was used for Game of Thrones and still holding it very strong. They've got plenty of ultimates to work with. Half the percentage going in on the point. I think Game of Thrones might be in the driver's seat here, but you know what? Game of Thrones could, no, EWP could come back here, but they are very struggling with that. I mean, dealing with this Air Force competition, it's very tough.
All right, so with Game of Thrones being so aggressive, Helix is going to go for the back cap, try to pull him back, I think. He's all the way on back on point right now, coming in for Crazy Lady, looking for the quick one clip. This should be huge.
That's actually a nice barrage coming from Sway, but doesn't get nothing here just yet. Helix Snake gets the pick off, go Crazy Lady. Helix Snake actually maybe be the savior, the game saver for this team here. He's going to get the pick off of Sway here, and he does, gets the picks off of Tracer. Crazy Lady mixes the sleep here, but you know what? Right now, EWP is actually able to get a point here. Now, here's the problem. Now, here is the biggest factor now. EWP's got to hold on completely. They have to have a good defense here, because one lost fight, Game of Thrones could take this game in the bag, but they might find their way around it. Cell switches off from the Echo into this onto McCree here.
Yeah, this is a one-fight scenario for Game of Thrones. I like the McCree swap. All you need is one flashbang to get rid of Helix Snake, but gotta give a lot of credit to Helix Snake. He was patient. He took his opportunities when they were presented to him, got the crazy lady pick at the beginning, and flipped that point. It was a strong Tracer carry there.
Absolutely here. Helix Snake coming in very strong. Has his own hero flex pool on his side here, doing it very well here. Right now, Ocean trying to deal with this Pharaoh. Guess she gets some pressure. It's been a back and forth battle here. We just see a nice grab from DJZ here. He's going to go for the high noon. Will he get something here? Gets rid of Cell. That's actually a good pick. That's better than nothing. The pick's coming. We do see a Diva Bomb. That is ooh, the Diva Bomb didn't go as far as hoped for here. We do see Overkill getting picked, slammed here. Oh no, we do see a Nano Ryan, and that is a lost Nano right there. Ocean gets a pick off of Darius and Overkill. Gets taken down, but right now EWP holding very strong here.
Yeah, this is a crazy fight back and forth. Helix Snake is just the only person keeping EWP in this on the Tracer. He was soloing McCree, he was soloing the Mercy. He's always taking one person away from the fight while doing a lot of damage. So this might be the saving grace. This Tracer is really harassing. He's built up to another pulse bomb already, but we have Sway with ult, we have Darius Fulton with an ult, we have the Mercy with an ult. This is going to be a big fight. Nano Ryan coming for Overkill. He's been strong with it.
Yep, they try to go for a flame, but not just yet here. Looks like Darius is trying to keep himself alive. He wants to wait. He wants to win the Reinhardt battle. Maybe this battle could be the saving grace here. No, it is not. Helix Snake gets the pick here. And right now, EWP still holding strong here, but that barrage from, not enough from the barrage from Sway here. And right now, EWP still holding strong. This is going to still be so close. Both teams working so fine here. Looks like Game of Thrones had a point here, but EWP coming back here, looking like they were going to lose. Now they're coming back here. Gets the second map here. We're going to a map 3. This is as close as it gets here. My goodness, I mean, first sweep and now to a game 3. I mean,
this is
you can't ask for better.
Everything you want. We're squeezing out every percentage point of Overwatch we can find here, and the comp are amazing here. The mental battle and what makes Overwatch is really on display here. We're seeing one comp dominate another, and the team going, all right, well, we're not gonna let that happen. Let's go to this comp, and then now we're gonna dominate them. And then the back and forth, whether it's just small hero changes like going to the McCree to make up for the Tracer swap, or if it's going to the Pharah because they haven't shown to really have a strong enough hit scan to take care of you. It's the small swaps and it's the big swaps that are going on. This is just top-notch Overwatch to watch. Really exciting, really fun, and I'm glad you got to cast 3 games of it.
Absolutely. Now, here's the thing I'm actually looking at is that we're seeing Reinhardt on this map. This is usually Reinhardt on this map is kind of questionable because you have to be in range in here. The only range there is in front of you is that big hole. So we'll see if they can work around that here. We're gonna see one side with the Orisa and the other side with the Hog here. You would want to play those together here. But quickly here, Ocean does get pick of Cell here. Very important pick here, but Dan gets rid of Ocean, so now HTTP gets down, his side down. But we do Sway gets rid of that. Another pick coming in side. It is 4-on-4 for both sides here. Cell takes right now. Could he get some damage enough to actually get the picks that he did to help EWP stay back in this match here? Why did nothing? Going rise on the Mercy, gets the Lucio boops off of DJC here. This could be in EWP's, Game of Thrones' favor, and it actually might.
Yeah, they did eventually take that out, and it was all from YZ did nothing because with DJD on the Orisa, he's got the infinite shield as I spoke about earlier. He's got the longevity way better than the Roadhog, way better than the Reinhardt on the side of Game of Thrones. So I thought EWP was going to come out with the win, but the big boop with the Orisa gold down coming from YZ did nothing. Playing the Mercy, getting the reses, playing the Lucio, getting the boops. This guy's got everything.
Yeah, pretty much. He's doing very well. So yeah, he's good, flexible here on the support side here. But now we do see EWP going on Orisa Hog here. That's the conversation. You might play one run here. Now we do see a Mr. Shoshana coming in from Darius, but not just yet. Overkill gets rid of him. Cell gets it in the back lane. He actually gets a double kill here. Gets rid of Ocean and Lynx here. But the fight is still going to be going on here, but I don't know if EWP can hold on long. Sway gets the pick off of Traffic, and more picks coming in for EWP. We do see a Tracer Bomb that is going to be missed here. But right now, EWP needs to fall back just a little bit. Unless Helix can come in as saving grace, I don't think that's going to happen here just yet. Looks like EWP is going to have to fall this back here. DJG is the only one on point here, but they're going to keep her alive. So right now, they're just slowly trickling back in, but they need to trickle back sooner.
Yeah, but that's what's good about this Orisa. She can just post up there for you and give you time to come back and have a full fight.
Oh no! Traffic Good gets a shadow. I mean, boosts off the gas after he gets a shadow, but what a pick from Dan here. He actually gets a double pick off that. A triple! Oh my goodness! He actually hold it off very long. I thought EWP had a chance going on there, but Game of Thrones still has a chance. They got 2 fights ready to go. They have a lot of ultimates from EWP they can use here, but they have to use them very wisely.
4 ults ready to go for the side of EWP. Helix was at 80% on a pulse bomb, but he throws it all away, goes on the Reaper. He wants to counteract this Roadhog. We've got 4 ults on the board ready for Game of Thrones.
I'm seeing Sal going.
Both DPS.
Oh, Sal's going for a flank. That possibly gets actually gets 2 picks. I think it's from Helix and Ocean here. Overkill going off of that. Roadhog gets the pick off there. Sway gets the double pick off the barrage on the double takes here. That could be it. Game of Thrones could see this reverse sweep being potential, and it's gonna happen. Game of Thrones reverse sweeps this match. You can get good Overwatch, but you're not gonna get as good as Game of Thrones with that reverse sweep. Holy crap, guys.
Wow, what a comeback for Game of Thrones. They were so close on the first 2 maps. They were rolls of the dice, and then they got it all together. They picked up their comms. They didn't let themselves get down, and they pulled that reverse sweep off. They were smart. They played well mechanically. They played well intelligently with their comp swaps. And they came out with the big win there, going all the way, and man, was it great to watch.
Absolutely, you can't get any better Overwatch than that here. I mean, again, a lot of people keep asking, why is Game of Thrones Deadlock game, why is OCC's Deadlock game the most hyped one? Because it just is here, ladies and gentlemen. Here's a reason why. Game of Thrones look like they have their backs to the wall, and they just say, we are not going to let that affect us. They look like they kept their attitude going. They kept their confidence going. They weren't going to stop. They said, if we're going to lose, we're going to go down swinging. And exactly that's what they did here. Game of Thrones being down 2-0 and comes back with a reverse sweep here. EWP came very close, but just not enough. I mean, but honestly, huge shout out to Game of Thrones making that happen. I mean, you cannot get anything. You can't get anything better than that here in OCC, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm a religious Overwatch League watcher, and I mean, we just saw in the Summer Showdown, they had one of the craziest finals I've ever seen in my life. But to say that you can't come here and see the same high quality, exciting play, I mean, is the mechanical skill going to be there with the pros? No, I mean, let's just be honest. But the teamwork is there, the communication is there, the strategies are there, the excitement. I don't care what level of bracket you're at. There's always the excitement when you're communicating. You have these really fun matches. I mean, it's just great here at OCC all the time. You really get great Overwatch.
Absolutely. I mean, you get a lot of games going on, but this tonight, I don't know what to say. I mean, for a second, I thought EWP was going to be, that's going to be it. And looks like they had it going on, but Game of Thrones is like, we're not going to stop right there. They're going to keep it going. And that's exactly what they did here. So congratulations to Game of Thrones on that reverse sweep. We see stuff like that happen once in a while here, but luckily tonight we got to see that. I got to see it at one point, but today I got to see it, so I'm actually very happy here tonight. And Crispin, you can now confirm that I'm now a Game of Thrones winning lucky streak when it comes to our first sweep style. So I do apologize for that. But anyway, that was a game to see. Now let's get on to our key last topic of the match for tonight's stream is the MVP. I mean, this could have been honestly, this could be anyone right here.
Yeah, I'm really stuck between 2, and that is Darius Darius Fulton on the Reinhardt, and YZ did nothing. Mostly on the Mercy, but playing a lot of that Lucio as well. I mean, Darius was so aggressive. He was hitting huge shatters, but I'm really good. I think I'm going to give it to YZ did nothing, because without that support, you can't play that aggressive. And Reses alone won them multiple points throughout this match. So I'm going to give mine to YZ did nothing. Getting that boop on Orisa on the last point of Ilios was also a huge play, I think, to really give them the first point. What do you think there?
Honestly, I would completely agree on that. Honestly, I think YZ did nothing. Did not only nothing, but did a lot right there. Kept the supports alive. But I'm actually stuck between that and Cell. I mean, putting them playmakers. I mean, he kept that player alive. But there's one player I want to give my MVP to. That is his partner in crime. That is Sway. These two. I mean, out of the both players here, Cell has been one of the best playmakers I've seen around here in the Deadlock game. And if Sway is not there to be his partner Grimes, like, you know what, I gotta be your partner, I'm gonna work what you gotta do. Basically, sometimes that can go down, and Sway's doing whatever he's doing to help Cell make the plays, and they've been both back and forth on the plays I mean, Stell's got the hero pool. Then you got Sway being his partner in crime, working around here, especially on the third map. That was basically the turning point of the game, saying, you know what, you're gonna play Passion. Let's play with it. Let's play more cheesy. Let's play with Symmetra here. And then you go to, after holding on to map 4 to 5 here, or basically after the first 3 and 4 maps, you get number 5. You get Air Force Mercy competition going on. You know what? Right there, they're like, you know what? We can work around it, and that's exactly what they did. So between the 3 players, I'm gonna go with Sway for tonight, helping his partner in crime get the place he needed, and of course making sure that if Wise did nothing, wasn't there to help Brazil, he would not be there getting the place done. But congratulations. But honestly, that's a tough call to make, honestly, right there. But I'm going to go with that still. But that's going to be doing here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, thank you for tuning in. I do sincerely apologize for not talking as much as I would hope for the first half. Huge shout out to Crispin to helping not only cover it up, but being my color caster tonight. And producer tonight was actually me, of course. So if some of the games some of the plays that you saw were missed, that was basically on me. You're going 2 things at once. It does make it a little bit difficult, but you know what? The job got done here. We had a great stream. We had a great match. Game of Thrones come out with the win on the reverse sweep. But that is going to do it, you guys. My name is Cybercat.
And this is Crispin.
And we're going to see you all next time. And you're clear. GG's, holy. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, when I was looking at my settings, it was basically just like it says like a disconnect issue. I'm like, no, it's connected, because if you're listening to me, I don't know. Because usually I always pay attention to my desktop audio, and it always picks it up from there on OBS, but it isn't showing. I'm like, it's got to be showing somewhere. So it's whatever. It got fixed here. You got your time here to all that kind of stuff. So we're all set. All right. I had a great time here too. So, yep. Go ahead and do that. Have a good night. All right. Laters.